Okay, welcome back everybody. So, I want to talk about maintaining your trap account today. So, what do I do once I get the trap to a point where I'm comfortable or I feel like I don't need anything else? That's exactly what you need to do. Stop doing anything to it. So, I know my screen here it shows Korean. That's just because temporarily I'm in a Korean guild. I'm visiting Kingdom. I've been around so many kingdoms, I don't even know what kingdoms I'm in half of the time. But I believe this is Kingdom 636 is where I am. I'm without a shield because I've been capturing a lot of the Overlord Guild's players as Kingdom just opened not too long ago. And this kingdom had influx of a lot of new players. And because the kingdom itself has pretty good might overall, we're getting some big players in, and which is great for traps. It's not good for smaller guys, but for traps, it's great. So I've been hit by several of these guys, and you can tell that AR, the ruling guild, has lots of billion might people coming in. So they've been very good to me. So yes, so excuse all the Koreans. I can read it. You can't, or some of you can't. But I'm doing it mainly because I want to know the terminology very well for that because I want to also help out that community as well about getting some of the things I want to be able to share what they need to do on certain things. But yeah, uh, let's move on, and I will go ahead and change the language back. Okay, so bear with me. So anybody who wants to change language, I believe you can go in here. Oh, on language, and you can just click on English, and you have to just reboot it one time, and it should be back in English. So we will do that while we wait for that. So again, we're going over why the reasons or the things that I do after I get to certain might. And I try to keep my trap, this particular trap, below 100 million might. And I don't think I will ever take it over 100 million might unless there's new update that just kills me like half of the time or most of the time. That means I pretty much have to change my setup. So let's briefly go over what I have in here. So we know I have about 11 million troops. And look, I'm still training troops. But to make 50, 100 T1s, it takes me like 17 hours. Which basically means that I am on war talent all the time. Nothing else. I haven't gone back to actually to other talent at all. I've stayed at war talent since I completed my whatever wherever I wanted to get to with my trap. So I'm at 96 million might, and it does go up little by little every time I do something like train troops. But once in a while, it will also dip down because I've been hit by pirates so many times lately, because they've been mad at me. See, 15 times, and this probably happened within the past couple of weeks. They have been really angry at me. So for those purposes, I continue to make troops T1s and what I feel like I'm lacking. So right now I'm making all the cataphracts. I want to go ahead and take this up and see if it has any effect in taking hit as well. So yes, I'm maintaining some troops, I think, and they're going up slowly, but I'm also losing them slowly. So that's one thing I do. I do train still. Now, as far as construction and research, I completely stopped. So my research is at military at attack 10 level, and my HP I took to 9. I have yet to take offense to 9 because I didn't want to put on defense to 9 and add almost 2 million might. These two alone would give me 3.5 million might, which would take me to almost 100 million. So if I do that, I don't know. I may do that eventually, but right now I feel comfortable enough, so I don't need to. So I stopped doing any researches. I stopped doing any buildings. All my buildings are C25 infirms except one. I don't even have a mainer anymore. So that's how it is. And I can't. There's are no buildings that I can take down except maybe familiar buildings. But I will do these. I will take down the familiar buildings later once I get a couple of familiars. I still have yet to get any good familiars in, like this Gemin Gremlin. It was a testing purpose, and looks like he only activates maybe one time when I get hit by somebody huge, and one time is just not enough. So I know that's not going to work, and so I'm probably, I mean, I could do Trickstar, but it's same deal. So I'm probably gonna just do 2 slots with Gnome for maybe range attack up to 15%, and possibly Evil Weevil for HP. And those two are maybe what I'm going to do. And later down the road, I do have plan on building a different type of trap as well, using maybe Max Bon Appetit familiar, but that will be something later. I'm still haven't planned anything about it yet, but that's an idea that I have. Okay. So we know I am going to get rid of these eventually. So right now when I fight, I'm fighting basically without familiars because my familiar will not activate anyway 99% of the time. So I'm not doing anything, and I think current state of the game, you don't need to. So some of you who are building from fresh and then you want to build that really low might, then you may not even want to do any familiars at all, possibly, and just go with the setup that I have. And if you are curious about some of the setups or the setup that I have, you can go back in some of my other videos and be able to find the troop comp research and all of that stuff. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to update everybody about, I've gotten some emails about what do you do after you get to where you want to get to. Well, that's what I do. I train troops slowly. I'm on War Talent all the time, and I don't build anything. I don't research anything. So basically, I maintain my 90 million might or 96 million might as close to it as possible. So I hope that helped, and if not, drop me a line and I'll update another video with it. Okay? Thanks. See you soon.